Indus Water Treaty, Satluj, बियास, रवि, ये 3 नदियों का पानी उसमें जो हिंदुस्तान के हक का पानी है, ये मेरे किसान भाइयों के हक का पानी है।
The Indus Waters Treaty of 1960 will be held in abeyance with immediate effect until Pakistan credibly and irrevocably abjures its support for cross-border terrorism.
The First World War was fought between 1914 and 1918. The Second World War was fought between 1939 and 1945. And then, in 1995, the Vice President of the World Bank, Ismail Serageldin, made a dreadful premonition. He said that if the wars of this century were fought over oil or nuclear weapons, the wars of the next century will be fought over water. Fast forward 30 years. His premonition seems to have come true. And that brings us to the Indus Waters Treaty between India and Pakistan. In its boldest response yet to cross-border terrorism, India has suspended the Indus Waters Treaty with Pakistan, ending a 64-year-old water-sharing agreement that survived wars, crises, and decades of hostile diplomacy. The move follows the April 22 terror attack in Pahalgam, which killed 26 people.
Recognizing the seriousness of this terrorist attack, the CCS decided upon the following measures. 1. The Indus Waters Treaty of 1960 will be held in abeyance with immediate effect until Pakistan credibly and irrevocably abjures its support for cross-border terrorism.
As the treaty constraints lift, India is likely to assert more control over its rivers, fast-track hydro projects, and reduce cooperations. These moves could have far-reaching implications for Pakistan's agriculture, energy, and economy. Now let's understand how it all began. In the aftermath of the Uri attack in 2016 that claimed the lives of at least 20 Indian soldiers, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had declared that blood and water could not flow together and suspended India's participation in the Permanent Indus Commission, where India and Pakistan regularly met to discuss sharing of waters in the Indus River Basin system. Nitin Gadkari, the then Central Minister for Water Resources, announced India's plans to stop water from flowing to Pakistan exactly a week after an attack by a Jaish-e-Mohammed suicide bomber killed 40 CRPF paramilitary soldiers in Pulwama in 2019. Now let's travel back in time to 1960. The Indus Waters Treaty is a water distribution treatment between India and Pakistan that was arranged and negotiated by the World Bank. The treaty was signed to use the water available in the Indus River and its tributaries. It was signed in Karachi on 19 September 1960 by then Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and then Pakistani President Ayub Khan. The treaty gives control over the waters of the 3 eastern rivers, the Bias, Ravi and Satluj, to India, while control over the waters of the 3 western rivers, the Indus, Chenab and Jhelum, to Pakistan. India has about 20% of the total water carried by the Indus system, while Pakistan has 80%. The treaty allows India to also use the western river waters for limited irrigation use and unlimited non-consumptive use for such applications as power generation, navigation, floating of property, etc. The treaty so far has not been violated by either side, as India and Pakistan have not engaged in any water wars despite engaging in several military conflicts. For Pakistan, the Indus system is not just vital, it is existential. 80% of Pakistan's cultivated land, which is about 16 million hectares, relies on water from the Indus system. 93% of this water is used for irrigation, powering the country's agricultural backbone. The system supports over 237 million people, with Pakistan accounting for 61% of the Indus Basin population. Major urban centers like Karachi, Lahore, Multan draw their water directly from these rivers. Hydropower plants like Tarbela and Mangla also depend on uninterrupted flows. The system contributes nearly 25% of the Pakistan's GDP and supports key crops. Pakistan is already one of the most water-stressed countries in the world, and per capita availability is declining rapidly. After India cuts off flows from the Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, the impact will be immediate and severe. Food production should collapse, threatening food security for millions. Urban water supplies would dry up, causing unrest in cities. Power generation would stall, crippling industries and homes. Loan defaults, unemployment, and migration could spike in rural regions. While New Delhi has earlier threatened to revisit the Indus Waters Treaty after previous attacks, this is the first time the treaty has been formally suspended. The timing is deliberate, and the move hits Pakistan where it hurts the most.
If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe to Mirror Now.